Hey guys, wouldn't it be awesome if there was a wildlife camera trap that didn't suck? That is the idea with this. It is a wildlife camera trap sensor system that can control up to 8 different cameras, being DJI or Insta360 cameras positioned all around the scene, so to speak, simultaneously and wirelessly. So you put this in the middle of, say, I don't know, a forest meadow or something, set up 8 of your cameras all around so you have total coverage. And then if an animal walks into the area, this detects it and it tells all the cameras to start recording. Then once the animal leaves for a little while, it tells the cameras to stop recording. Now, I live in the Phoenix suburbs and we don't have a whole lot of wildlife around here, but I do have dogs, so I try to hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie. So I tried to get some footage of them triggering the sensors outside, and that's about all I've got for right now. But, the theory should work with other animals too. Has 4 PIR sensors all the way around so that it can detect an animal in any direction. And it has a USB-C port on the side for power. So that's done that way so that you can connect an external battery pack that is receiving, say, power from solar if you want, and keep it running indefinitely. I did that because the original plan was to put a battery inside here, but the problem with that is that the battery couldn't be all that big, and so it couldn't run for very long. So maybe you might get like a day of use out of it. But by allowing the use of an external battery pack and solar, you can run it indefinitely. You're really only limited by the size of the storage on your cameras and then how long you can power them separately if you need to. So this started about 6 months ago when a gentleman reached out to me and commissioned this. He wanted a better camera trap and wasn't happy with the options on the market, and he wanted to be able to use, nice cameras like these that you can put outside. So this is a Insta360 X5. Yeah, Insta360 X5. And this is a DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. So similar to a GoPro. And then this gives you 360-degree views. So between the two, it's a really nice combination because you could put these, say, maybe close to where you think the animal would be if there's like bait or something there, or just scattered all around. And then you can put these around too. And then because this gives you a 360-degree view, you can track the animal or whatever you want to do. So it's really nice. And like I said, you can have up to 8. And the reason that works is because of something you might have already seen that I posted a few months ago, which is the remote system for these. So this lid on top, by the way, this is designed so that it can hang from, say, a tree branch or something like that. And then there's a 1/4-20 thread on the bottom if you want to put it on a tripod, or you can just sit it on a rock or whatever. But this lid comes off. You just undo these 4 thumb screws on the outside, and this lid comes off. And inside, you'll notice that there are 8 of these. These are remotes for the cameras. So I posted about this before. You can take these out. These are M5 Stack, M5 Stick C devices. The models for the DJI have to be the M5 Stick C plus 2, but for the Insta360, it should work with any of the M5 Stick C models. Anyway, so these are just dedicated remotes for these. And you can use these separately. You don't have to use these with the sensor system. So if you are just, I don't know, out and need a remote for your camera, you can just grab this and grab this. This is battery powered, and you can control it with that, turn it on and off, wake and sleep, start recording, stop recording, change modes, that kind of thing. So these are useful in their own right. And I posted about these on my on the Serial Hobbies blog, and then on some YouTube shorts. So I'll link to those so you can see exactly how they work and how the menu system works and everything. But each remote connects to one camera. So you have 8 total remotes to control 8 total cameras. And these just plug into headers right here. So the board, or the M5 Stick C, plugs in there and has the ability to control the camera. And so if you, underneath that cover is a PCB just like this. And by the way, this is from PCBWay, who is the sponsor of this video. So PCBWay obviously can make you nice PCBs like this one. And this was an original one, but I made some revisions and it became this one. PCBWay can make you awesome PCBs, but they can also do other things. If you, for example, were making this and you didn't have your own 3D printer, well, they can 3D print these for you. This window on top is a laser cut acrylic panel. They can do that. If you wanted it out of metal, they can CNC mill out of aluminum or steel or whatever you can want. So they have tons of capabilities. They're really awesome. They sponsored a lot of my videos, and yeah, they're great, and you should check them out. And if you want a $5 credit towards your first order, there is a link in the description to get that. So yeah, check out the sponsor of this video, PCBWay. Now, so back to this specific PCB, these sockets are what the M5 Stick C plugs into, just like that, all around, they're under there. These sockets are for a Teensy 4.0, which is what is actually controlling the sensor system. So the Teensy is looking at the PIR sensors, and then when it detects motion, it is sending a signal through GPIO. Really, it's just pulling a pin high through GPIO, telling the remotes to tell the cameras to start recording. Now, it's kind of a dumb system. There's no feedback there. So the remote doesn't get any feedback from the camera, and the Teensy doesn't get any feedback from the remotes. So timing is important there. We need to make sure we don't lose track of if we've started recording and then try to stop recording, that kind of thing. So we keep track of all that in the programming of the Teensy. And then the only other things on here are a level shifter, because we're also charging these remotes and they take 5 volts. So we take 5 volts in from the USB-C port, pass that to the M5 Stick C remotes to charge them, and then we shift the level for communicating between the 3.3 volts of the Teensy 4.0 and the 5 volts that these take. There are also 2 switches here. One switch is to simply enable or disable the system. So if you're looking at it from this side, the bottom switch enables or disables the system. So when it's disabled, the power will still be on, and it's still running. It's just not going to do anything. It's not going to trigger any of the remotes or any of that. So you would wait to switch that until you're actually ready to start detecting animals. Then the other switch, which is on top here, enables the night mode. So there is a photoresistor right here that peaks up towards the top, and that's the reason that we have a clear panel on the lid, is so that that photoresistor can detect light. If it gets too dim, then we assume it's nighttime and that we can't really record anything good anyway, and so the cameras won't activate. So that could save power, save files if you don't want to basically be recording a bunch of dark footage that you can't use. Switch that off. The cameras won't record at night, and you can leave it sitting out for weeks or whatever, and not fill up your storage card on footage you can't use. But if you aren't doing any of that, you simply switch that switch off, and it'll continue operating as normal and just ignore the nighttime and the photo sensor. So that is how all that works, and it's all pretty simple and enclosed. This enclosure is not technically, it's not waterproof. Like, you can't put this under, like, don't put this literally submerged in water. But I did design it so that it is fairly weatherproof, I guess you would say. So it should hold up to rain, that kind of thing. If you have it sitting outside, and it shouldn't hurt it. Same for the cameras themselves. Obviously, these are action cameras, and they can be outside just fine. I've put this underwater in my pool, and it doesn't matter. So the question I'm sure some of you have is, can you get this or can you make it? And the answer right now is I'm not sure. As I mentioned, this is a commissioned project, which means that the client owns the design. So he has expressed interest in potentially selling this, or selling a kit, or selling plans, or something like that. So please let me know in the comments if that's something you're interested in. If you want to be able to get one of these yourself, if there's enough interest, we'll look at selling it and that sort of thing. But the remotes themselves are open source. So I've already released all the files and code for getting these to work. So if you just need a remote for your camera, either Insta360 X5 or DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro, then you can grab the files and grab an M5 and start using that right now. It's just the sensor system is still kind of TBD. So we'll keep you updated on that. And like I said, comment if it's something you're interested in. All right. Thanks for watching.